Alright, everybody, good morning. Hector asks, have I ever played the Ubisoft Avatar game? No, and I wish I had time to do it because when it came out, I was busy with something. I can't remember where I was. I might have been on the road. But I really, really enjoy Massive Entertainment's games. I love The Division, Division 2. I love Star Wars Outlaws. Um, I just somehow missed the Avatar game in the scope of everything. It's probably one of those things where if I ever find, if their game's ever like on PS Plus or something and I have a free window, I will try it. What's up, Whiskey Dad? Alright, good morning, everybody. Where am I? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. We were getting ready to do a timed mission. A kangaroo has escaped from the animal shelter, currently lying prone in the forest. What I don't know is whether or not this is something that I can take my truck. It weighs 60 kilograms. I see a lot of trees. Let me go take a peek out there. I don't know if that's something I could drive my truck. Or not. I might be able to drive my truck up through there. It looks like there might be a road over there.
Yeah, sure thing.
Let me see if I can get the lay of the land with my scope really quick. Oh, there's a mosquito in here we're gonna take care of. I don't know. Actually, it doesn't look like I will want to drive. I might want to just hoof this. And I'm not going to get a good POV from here. That looks like way too much rock. I'm going to go on foot.
Hey Sam, Charlie here. Since this is your first order involving the capture and preservation of animals, allow me to provide additional information. The kangaroo you're looking for is somewhere in this area. Once you've arrived, use your Odra deck to begin searching for the creature. You can transport the kangaroo in your standard issue animal carrier. No need to fabricate anything unique. Get close enough to the kangaroo and deploy the carrier to capture it. It will be a bulky piece of cargo, but you should be able to carry it on your back like any other container. However, you will need to traverse some heavily wooded mountains as well as rivers and uneven terrain. Bear this in mind when considering what equipment to take with you. All right, time to proceed with route planning and final preparations.
Well, I mean, there's really... I just have a feeling this will be one of those shitty missions where there's lots of stuff trying to eat me alive while I'm doing the delivery. Alright. I mean, I've... What does it want me to fabricate? It's specifically telling me to build... well, it was giving me, like, floating carrier 2. Why not?
Order accepted. Thank you. Can't wait until my next hit. What
Oh.
in the world?
We have a situation, Sam. I'm tracking a fresh bushfire near the injured kangaroo's location. Clock's ticking. Secure the poor little bugger ASAP and bring the shelter onto the chiral network. Once the DHV Magellan can join you...
I think I gotta go on the other side of the river.
on site, we'll see what we can do about that fire.
Probably should have saved. Oh well. Clock's ticking now. Good job, dumbass.
Oh boy, that must hurt.
Oh, Luke can be in a bad mood all he wants. I don't have time to placate him right now. Her. Oh, you know what? I bet. Well, now's not the time. But I was just thinking about the mine back there. I wonder how much ceramics. I wonder how many ceramics it's created.
Hey, Sam, over there. I see the kangaroo. Get close enough to put it in an animal carrier for transport. All right, time to make our getaway. This was marked as a dangerous location on your map, sir. We could get trapped here by the bushfire. Let's keep moving to ensure that doesn't happen.
Shit, I don't see. Can I go up? Fuck, it doesn't look like I can go up there.
Look out, Sam! Fire! We need to get away from here as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I'm working at it and I'm nuts. That doesn't look good. Nor does that.
Still not sure how we survived that. Anyway, we have a Cupid to connect, right?
Good evening, Sam. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted in some...
Transcend says bushfires in my homeland. That's a familiar sight. Australia does have a lot of forest fires. uh, that's messed up, but true.
You must be Sam. We've heard all about you from your friends at Drawbridge. Go ahead and connect us to the chiral network.
decoy hollow grenade.
Thank you, Sam. Don't worry about the fire. Rainey will put it out for us.
Tell me though, who is she exactly?
It's been about 6 months now, since I first heard about the girl who brought the rain.
Whenever I stepped outside, the timefall came. There was nothing that I could do to make it stop. And they hated me for it. Including my parents, who told me to leave. I was the witch who brought the timefall. A monster to be locked up in a cage. A few even tried to burn me alive. The most dedicated witch hunters.
If we get licensed music, I'm gonna have to mute the audio here.
So I struck out on my own.
I won't know unless we get lyrics. If we get lyrics, I'll have to.
I was alone for so long.
I wonder if she doesn't appear to be affected by the rain either.
In desperation, I enrolled in a special UCA program, hoping to find purpose as a mother. Hi there. You're safe. But even after I got pregnant, I still couldn't find anyone willing to take me in.
I'm sorry.
No.
We need to leave right now.
Please.
God, get out of here!
No one wanted anything to do with me. All they saw was a witch, to be hated and feared. Until that day.
I'm so sorry. for Rainey, aren't you?
Who's asking?
Someone who's been looking for you. For you and your power.
You want my power?
Now I realize Hector's comment earlier. What the heck is a Haggis hunter doing in Oz? I didn't realize she had a Scottish accent until now. Story of Rainey. That was a licensed track. Hopefully I don't get dinged for that one.
I hope you'll continue to work with us.
Now displaying your current quarter grade.
The kangaroo you rescued seems to be alright, thank goodness. Oh, she's so very special to us, and we're relieved to have her back in one piece. Once she's had a bit more time to recuperate, we'll move her to the reserve next door where you can visit anytime you like. By the way, we've uploaded our decoy hologrenade data to the network. You can trigger it remotely once thrown, creating a distraction that'll lure enemies away. It might just save your life if you run afoul of any troublemakers. Cheers, Sam. Really helped us out. At this rate, we're poised to lose so many native species that predate the Death Stranding. And once they're gone, there's no getting them back. Between the bushfires caused by chiral cinders and animals behaving strangely and getting hurt, it's been pretty bad. But I've heard that these environmental anomalies might be resolved once and for all when Australia is fully linked up. So I've got high expectations for you and your friends. Speaking of which, how would you feel about assisting us with our preservation efforts? It'd be a simple matter of capturing any wild animals you see out on their own and bringing them to us. Even a few would make a real difference. Give it some thought, eh?
Well done, Sam. Return to the DHV Magellan and report to the bridge. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Rainey and her talents.
Order completed. Well done.
There's nothing in this shared locker.
Thanks, Brona.
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Thanks for the help. Thank you kindly.
Very impressive work, Sam.
When she's outside, Rainey's constantly surrounded by timefall. But within a 1.5-meter radius of her body, a different kind of precipitation is observed. We call it core fall. Anything it touches is restored to an earlier state. In other words, it has the power to heal and repair, to counteract timefall's effects. Sadly, people only see the timefall, and not the remarkable woman standing in the eye of the storm. Still no signs of growth?
I should be due any day now. If things were normal, that is. But the baby's still stuck at 7 months.
She has still baby syndrome. Have you ever heard of it?
I met a few preppers in Mexico that had something like that.
They're not isolated cases. It seems to be happening everywhere.
Children of man!
Though who knows if it's a syndrome or a symptom of something else.
I don't see the credits on her IMDb page, Hector.
Simply put, the fetus
The-
stops growing at about 7 months.
Actress Idiota. She's got
To be
Dune
clear,
Awakening credits,
it
but
doesn't
nothing for
die,
this.
But it no longer moves, as if it's frozen in time. Several treatments, including C-sections, have been attempted. Unfortunately, removal from the womb invariably results in death. And while not all pregnancies are affected, it's yet another contributing factor to the already low birth rate. The Genetic Diversity Conservation Initiative just isn't enough to compensate.
You got any idea what's causing it?
There's speculation that it's due to an imbalance in the beach itself. I'm sure it's been explained to you before that countless individual beaches exist, a multiverse of beaches, so to speak, and that they are all governed by an upper beach on a higher plane. Expansion of the chiral network to cover the whole UCA may have inadvertently disrupted the link to that beach. Or so they think.
BB units were also 7-month-old fetuses. So it's not hard to believe that the beach might very well influence the unborn.
While I can offer you no concrete answer, I can state that the plan to extend the chiral network into the Australian continent, to take it worldwide, is also intended to help restore balance to the aforementioned upper beach. And in doing so, it is possible that we may resolve the issue of still baby syndrome.
I don't believe Faceless Robot Man for a minute. Speaking of Rutger Hauer without shades, what's the name of that movie when he played the blind man, the blind martial artist? Because I think he wore shades a lot in that movie.
Sam, it's Charlie. You'll be happy to hear that a request has come in which will take you to your next destination. Unfortunately, no nearby facilities have the capacity to prepare the cargo. So it's going to be a long-distance delivery from West Fort Knott instead. Moreover, this request requires you to transport a large quantity of cargo. Careful consideration will need to be given to your route and your means of traversing it. You'll also need to think about what equipment you might need. Only then should you commit to a plan of action.
Blind
Access
Fury.
the
That
delivery
is
terminal
the
at
movie
West
star.
Fort Knott to pick up this main order. Oh, and the DHB Magellan can take you there, if need be.
West
Just open
Fort
your ring
Knott.
terminal and select chart course to request transport.
Yeah, it's an old one. That's an old movie.
That seemed like a child.
No, 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 no. No, no, Trip Rob. No. No, I think someone was just commenting that he looked a lot like Rutger Hauer with sunglasses. The captain of the ship is, I'm forgetting his name, the director of Mad Max, the Australian director, whose name I'm forgetting at the moment. Um, different guy completely. Yeah, George Miller. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Take on an order at the main F1 terminal. So all the way back there.